Inside Ag on KTVB is sponsored by the Idaho Farm Bureau Federation, empowering Idaho agriculture.
Applications are now open for the USDA's Specialty Crop Grant Program, money that helps protect some of Idaho's most valuable crops. Our Hunter Funk caught up with one of last year's recipients about the impact the funding made to their research.
Yeah, these grants go to a variety of groups: the bean, wine, hop, oilseed, and potato commissions, and also the University of Idaho. They all focus on research, and at the University of Idaho specifically, they're tackling a growing problem facing potatoes.
No one likes to see a scab.
Not on your skin, and especially not your potatoes, which is why James Woodhull, the UI Associate Professor of Plant Pathology, is studying exactly that: powdery scab and mop top virus.
Two diseases we've seen that sort of are creeping to the forefront, really, are powdery scab caused by Spongospora subterranea, which is kind of like a single-celled animal, and it kind of gets into the potato tubers and the potato roots and kind of causes deformities. In the tubers, it causes basically a scab, which is, it doesn't look very nice. The other thing that Spongospora does as an organism is it vectors a potato virus called potato mop top virus. And so you get the scabs, and then the virus can get into the potato as well. And it looks pretty healthy, the potato does, until you cut open the potato tuber. And then you cut it open, and sometimes if it's infected with this virus, you can see these lesions, these kind of cracks within the tuber. So people don't really want to see that if they're buying potatoes from the supermarket.
Woodhull says the disease doesn't always reduce yield on crops, but can seriously impact quality. The scabs are unappealing to consumers and harder to process because of the thicker skin on the potato. Most times it's not noticeable until it's been harvested or cut into. And that uncertainty can be devastating for growers because the lower quality means less money made.
One stage of it, when it's not like as a resting spore, one stage of it is when it's like hatched, is it's like a little sperm and can swim in any available moisture. And there's evidence that it can move up to 1/2 meter in the soil. So when we apply a fungicide, we might be treating the area with potatoes, but because this thing can swim in, it might be reintroducing itself from where it hasn't got hit by a fungicide. So there is a lot of challenges with this pathogen.
Unlike many plant diseases, this one isn't easily controlled. And once it's in the soil, it can survive for decades. That's where the Specialty Crop Grant comes in. Researchers use the funding to develop a soil test to help farmers detect the virus before it's too late. And now they're working on figuring out ways to manage it so they can help farmers who have it. It's early stage research, but already giving Idaho growers something critical: answers.
What I hope is we provide some real tools for growers to use to minimize these diseases and help Idaho potato production to be profitable.
Now, University of Idaho is not alone. There are several people who received the grant funding and are doing work to better understand Idaho's specialty crops. Now, those applications are due to ISDA on March 8th, and in about October, disbursement agreements will be given to those who received the grant. But it's competitive, so
Yeah.
put yourself out there.
So important. I'm always so curious with these Inside Ag stories, how you found out about this program.
So this is one, we saw a push from the USDA, ISDA, and they were like, hey, reach out on these. And we're like, let's talk to somebody who's done it. And so we reached out, we saw the list from last year's grant recipients.
I love it.
That's where we found it. Potato scabs.
I know, it's
Gross,
disgusting.
but
But then when you
hopefully
see
we
them,
fix it.
yes,
Yeah.
yes, we will. All right,
Okay.
Hunter, thank you.